Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on wherever you are watching us from. Welcome to today's episode on 𝐀𝐝𝐦𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐨𝐧 HR Digest, which is brought to you by 𝐀𝐝𝐦𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐨𝐧 Consult, your trusted HR partner. Our services at 𝐀𝐝𝐴𝐷𝐻 Consult includes recruitment, training, outsourcing, and HR consulting. You can kindly reach us anytime for any of our services. Thank you so much. My name is 𝐂𝐼𝐬𝐻𝐬𝐢𝐬𝐢𝐨𝐧, and I'm truly excited about today's topic, strategic networking for professionals. You can drop your name, your location from wherever you are watching us from, and we'll surely acknowledge you when it's due time. Thank you so much. To help us unpack this conversation, we have Madam Nanama Setowofia. Nanama Setowofia is the country HR manager at BPOX Ghana, with over 15 years of HR experience across diverse industries. She's certified trainer, career coach, and a member of the company's senior management team, driving people, strategy, and organizational growth. Recently, she was named one of the top exceptional HR leaders by the iconic brand Africa, TIBA. A strong advocate for strategic networking and career development, Nanama empowers professionals to build meaningful connections that open doors to growth and opportunities. She's passionate about mentorship. She inspires individuals to believe in themselves, build confidence, and take charge of their future, blending real-time stories with practical lessons to help generational dream bigger and achieve more. So let's get right into it as we welcome Madam on board. Thank you so much. Please enjoy the discussion.
All right. Raja, can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Raja. And like you said earlier, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to your listeners, wherever they
Yes.
are. And then we really appreciate your time, taking time to come out to listen to what we have to discuss. What we are going to be discussing today is strategic networking for professionals. You know, as the saying goes, they say every expert was once a beginner. And then in my early career, I also had concerns about this same topic. We always hear about networking. So how do we network the right way or strategically as professionals? I'm going to be giving a context by way of sharing some background knowledge. And then right after that, we are going to be going into questions and answers. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat, and then our host will take them one by one as we address them. So we are going right into it. In this session today, I'm giving you a structure. I want you to leave here with a structure that you can work with, okay? So in the session today, by the time we are done with this session, you should have a clear understanding of what strategic networking is, not random networking. We are talking about strategic networking. So by the end of the session today, you should have a clear understanding what strategic networking is, not random. Practical frameworks that you can immediately apply. Confidence in building and nurturing meaningful career relationships. Awareness of mistakes you need to avoid. and a roadmap to grow visibility, opportunity, and influence. It sounds exciting, right? Okay, so when we say strategic networking, what is strategic networking? Strategic networking is intentionally developing a relationship or strategic networking is intentional relationship building that aligns with your career goals. Let me take that again. Strategic networking is intentional relationship building that aligns with your career goals. So it focuses on purpose, value exchange, consistency, long-term relationship nurturing. What strategic networking is not? Collecting business cards, attending every event, being transactional, being transactional in your relationship. You see, research has shown that 80% of opportunities come through relationships. You can't grow in isolation, or you can't grow your influence in isolation. So strategic networking is a crucial topic that we need to take seriously. Can you imagine 85% of opportunities come through relationships? So imagine if you haven't built your network. Key concepts that you should know when it comes to professional networking. There are 3 levels of professional networking. The first one is operational networking. People who help you to do your job. That is one. And then we have personal development network. The personal development network, this includes coaches, your mentors, your sponsors. These are personal development networks. And we have strategic network. Strategic network are people who help you advance your future goals. I hope we got that. There are 3 levels of network: operational network, professional development network, and then we have strategic network. There is also a powerful structure that we need to know if we want to network professionally, what we call the network value loop. And there are 3 stages of the network value loop. And it's a very powerful structure to know if you want to network strategically. And this is the first one is identify. Know who you need in your network. Please take note of this loop. Identify who you need to know in your network. That is one, identify. And then the second one is connect. Reach out and initiate engagement. Reach out and initiate engagement. The third one is to give value. Offer knowledge, support, or access. And then the fourth one is nurture. Don't just go and collect cards, speak to people they want, and then you leave it there. Nurture the relationship. So the fourth one I want you to take note of is nurture. Stay consistent and visible. Don't speak to the person today, and then the next time the person is hearing from you is the following year. So you need to nurture the relationship. And then leverage. Leverage is the fifth thing. Leverage is when trust is built. Okay? When someone trusts you, they will give you an opportunity. When someone has built trust with you, that becomes your leverage and they will give you a business. So the fifth one is leverage, where you build trust with a person and then opportunities will naturally flow to you. Okay? I also want us to take note of this. There's a network loop, and then there is also 5 people that every professional need in their network. So if you don't have these 5 people in your network, kindly take note and make sure that you are going to intentionally have these people in your network. The 5 people that every professional need in their network is: 1, you need a mentor. You need a mentor in your network. And then 2, you need a sponsor, someone who will sponsor you. You know who a sponsor is? Someone who will talk positively about you in a room of opportunities. That is a sponsor. And then you also need a peer collaborator, someone in your peer group who will let you hear about opportunities when they hear about them and they feel you are the right person. And then the fourth one is an industry connector, someone who is senior in the industry and can connect you. Okay. And then you also need a career accountability partner. If you don't have someone that you're accountable to, you see, you do things anyhow. But if you have an accountability partner, you are always alert because you don't want your accountability partner to come and ask you, oh, where are we with this? We set for ourselves to do this, and where are we? And because you know you're accountable to somebody, it gives you that energy to achieve or accomplish anything that you set out to do. So please take note of the 5 people that you need in your network. If you want to network professionally, you need a mentor, you need a sponsor, you need a peer collaborator, you need an industry connector, and then you need an accountability partner. Raja, do you have any can you still hear me? Hello, Raja. Raja, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you. Please, can you hear me too?
Yes, okay. I think your feedback is delayed.
Hello,
I
please, can
just
you
want to
hear
be
me?
sure that yes,
I
I
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you. I just
Yes, I'm
yes,
here.
yes. I just want to be sure that I am not
I'm here.
talking to.
Yes. Can
Okay,
you
all
hear me,
right.
please?
Yes, I can hear you. So I have just highlighted the 5 people
Okay.
that you need in your network. Okay. And then
Yes,
there
you.
is
I
some
didn't hear
principles
the
that
last. You said peer something. Peer,
Raja, please.
peer connector,
Yes, you need a peer collaborator,
peer
someone who is your
collaborator.
peer.
Okay.
Yes, that you can
Okay.
collaborate with. Okay.
All right.
And then and
Okay.
then the fourth one is the industry connector. And then the fifth is a career accountability partner. Okay. Are we clear? Okay. So there are some principles that when you decide to network, you need to have. And these principles are so timeless. They work every time. If you want to network strategically, you need to have these principles at the back of your mind. The number one thing that you need to know is be clear about your goals. Why do I need this person in my network? What is this person going to do for me? What am I also going to do? Because it's networking, a strategic network is a two-way street. It's not just about taking from your network. If you remember earlier on, I spoke about value, giving value to your network. Okay. So you need to have clear goals. Be clear about the goals, the reason you are networking. And the second thing you need to have as your number 2 principle for networking is lead with value. What do I bring to the table? What do I offer this person in order to have this person in my network? This person is above me in terms of industry or experience or seniority, but I need this person in my network to help me do what? Maybe to help me as a mentor or as my coach or something. But what value are you going to bring in return? It is not just about request. Lead with value, bring value. Show genuine curiosity is the third one, okay? Show genuine curiosity when you are networking with people. Be consistent and present. Consistency means that you are nurturing the relationship you are building. So you are constantly following up to see what you are doing, what you can bring, how you can support them, and be present. Don't just vanish. Follow up is the fifth thing. Follow up, but not with pressure. Did you expect the person you're always in the person's face, and here and then you expect the person to respond to you immediately. You send the message and all that. Follow up, but without pressure. And then the sixth principle of networking is invest in long-term relationships. Invest in long-term relationships. Like I said, don't have a conversation today and disappear for a year. You have a conversation today, the next time the person is hearing from you again is 365 days later. If you do that, you are killing the relationship. Okay. And in professional networking, there are also tools that you need to network. Yes, there are skills you need to have, but there are also tools that is going to enhance and sharpen your professional network. And then what people, I'm sure a lot of us have heard about elevator pitch, or what I call a 60 seconds professional story. Okay, when you meet someone that you want to bring to your network, that you genuinely care about and want to have in your network, in 60 seconds, when you speak to the person, they should know who you are and what you can do well with. Who are you in 60 seconds? So that is elevator pitch. Who are you? What are you good at? What do you offer? And what are you looking to learn or explore with this person? I hope we got that. Let me go over that again. In your elevator pitch, in 30 seconds, the person should know who you are, what you do, what you can offer, and what you want to learn from them. That is what makes professional networking sustainable. Okay. And then a lot of time as professionals, we also neglect our LinkedIn. We don't pay attention to our LinkedIn profiles. And now LinkedIn is like your online CV. Okay, that when somebody hears your name, they can use that to go and search you professionally on LinkedIn. So it's one of the tools that you can use when you are professionally networking. And what you do with LinkedIn, you have to make sure that you optimize your profile. Optimize your LinkedIn profile for networking. Make sure you have a strong headline on your LinkedIn, which is your digital CV, like I've mentioned. When you go to the about section, spend time and craft something clear that we should know about you, your about section. Your headline, when somebody looks at your profile, what do they pick immediately in a few seconds? If you have a strong headline and somebody visits your profile, immediately the person picks something. Oh, this person is an HR consultant. Oh, this person is an AI expert. Oh, that is what I mean when I say a strong headline. Immediately I see your profile, something should click me and say, this is what you do. And then your about section is where you tell us a bit about your journey or your experience. And then it will also be in your interest, and it's very important to have some branded content, maybe where you work, maybe some activities that you are doing. And all these things go to emphasize your credibility. Okay? Interacting with people on LinkedIn. Now LinkedIn has changed a lot. Now, LinkedIn, the algorithm only pushes your content when you are interacting on people's posts more, you are liking, and then you are commenting. The algorithm has changed a lot. So if you want to professionally network properly, make sure you are interacting on other people's posts by liking and then leaving them a comment. You would be surprised that somebody would discover you because of a comment you left under a post. And now the LinkedIn app, when you leave a comment, you can even go and see the impressions on the comments. How many people have seen the comment you left? And this is your time to leave a very intelligent and smart comment. That will drive people to your profile. So, such a smart comment, an interactive comment, something to think about. Let me go and see who this person is. You understand? And you can get an opportunity just by going to comment on someone's post. When you are sending connections to people, let it be very personalized. I know people also have concerns about, oh, when I want to connect with somebody, especially when it comes to physical interactions, they are what we call conversation starters, and it works every time. Mm. You remember I spoke about being curious. Being curious. Being curious means that you have to and being curious and a conversation starter means that you ask things that will open up a conversation between you and the person. So, for instance, you can ask the person something in relation to their career. So, what inspired you to take this career path? It will definitely open up a conversation. And maybe in the conversation, you would find places that you are similar, and you can use that to build stronger bond and conversation with the person. You understand? You can also ask the person, what is one exciting thing that you've been working on this year? All these are conversation starters. You want to know how they started their career, what has inspired them in their career, what a whole you can there are a whole lot of things when it comes to conversation starters. You can Google them and know what conversation starters that you can use. You can even ask how somebody can get into the kind of professional industry that they are in, and any advice that they have for someone who wants to grow in this field that they are in. So all these are conversation starters that you can use when you are networking professionally. Raja, do we have any questions in the comments yet?
I don't have any
Hello,
questions yet,
Raja.
but hello, you can hear
Are
you.
you there? Yes. Do you have
Yes,
any
I'm
questions?
here. Yes. No, no questions yet.
We don't have any questions yet. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And then as part of your professional networking, once you've spoken to somebody, you've met somebody, you've spoken, always make sure that you follow up with messages within 24 hours. Don't go and sit down for 6 months later before you go and get back to the person. The person might have forgotten. So within 24 hours, you can send a follow-up message like maybe thank you for the insightful conversation today. Maybe I enjoyed the topic about telling me how you started your career and how you've grown in this career and how these skills are important for anyone in this field who wants to grow. I would like to stay connected with you. It's a good follow-up message in 24 hours. And then don't let it end there. Nurture it from time to time. Get back to the person, check in, see the project that the person is doing that you can help. What can you help with? What value can you bring? It's a quick way to get close to people when you offer a hand. Okay, it's a very quick way to get close to people. And as professionals that are networking, there are also some mistakes that we make as professionals. And these mistakes are what we need to avoid if we want to interact or network strategically. Do not focus on what you want immediately. If you've been listening to me, I've been dropping nuggets on this thing. Do not focus on what you want immediately. So, for instance, you are reaching out to me on LinkedIn. We have never met, we have never spoken, you don't know me. Maybe you just sent me a friend request and then I accepted. And then the next thing you are sending me is, oh, Miss Nanama, um, I just lost my job and I was just wondering if you can help me find another opportunity. It's a wrong way to network. Okay, because if you remember earlier, I've already said that people will only give you opportunities when they've built trust with you. So if I haven't built trust with you, it will be difficult for me to go and recommend you to someone. Okay, so do not focus on what you need immediately. And one of the networking mistakes we also make is not having is not having clarity before we attend any event. And that is why we collect cards and then nothing comes out of it, because we don't have clarity on what we want, our purpose for attending that event or that networking event, or why we are networking. If you don't have clarity, you only collect cards and nothing will come out of it. Okay. Number three networking mistakes you need to avoid is do not allow relationships to die after one encounter. If you remember, I've already mentioned that don't connect today and the next time the person is hearing of you again is 365 days later. So do not allow relationships to die. Always follow up. Nurture peer relationships. Nurture peer relationships. Or if you do not nurture peer relationships, it is also a networking error. You know, a lot of the time we often want to connect with people who are senior leaders only or our mentors, but we forget that our peers, we need to nurture our relationship with our peers, those are our colleagues in the industry or even in the workplace, because they can also open up opportunities onto you. So it's not just about senior leaders and mentors. You need to nurture peer relationships as well and be consistent on professional platforms and networks. Do not just join a professional platform and nobody even knows you are there. You don't even post anything about yourself. From once in a while, post something, let someone know that you are here. Tell people what you are doing so that people also know that you are here. Okay, so be consistent. Don't be in today, tomorrow you are out, you've gone quiet. Nobody knows whether you are still in the industry or you are still in the business. Stay consistent. Okay. I have I have a last one. This will be like the takeaways that I leave with you. So Ajoa, hello Ajoa.
Hello.
Okay. Do you have any questions from any of the platforms
Yes.
with the
So
background
I
that
have
I've given so far?
no questions yet, but I do have questions.
Okay, all right. We can go into your questions. Ajay, still there?
Hello, Madam Nanama. Please, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay,
I
great.
can hear you.
These are wonderful submissions you've made here. There's a lot I've jotted down already, and I believe our audience too they're also learning and they are following on how to be professional in their strategic networking. Thank you so much, Madam. So you mentioned about vision, right? I think you spoke about vision. So the question is, you said strategic networking should be done intentionally. So how can a clarity of vision influence the kind of people we should connect with? Because sometimes if
Okay.
I'm not clear in my vision, how do I know that I'm supposed to connect with Madame Nanam, I'm supposed to connect with Georges, I'm supposed to connect with another person? Please, did you hear my question?
I heard your question. And that is why I said
Okay.
clarity of purpose is important. So, for instance, um, let's assume I'm an HR person. You understand?
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
eventually I want to grow to become maybe an MD of my business.
Okay.
Is that clear? What that means is that
Yes.
if I am networking, I am not only networking where HR professionals are, I'm also going to places where I'll meet MDs who will share their stories with me, whose stories look like what I want to do, or who stories
Mm.
look like what I have been through. You understand? And then you would want to
Right.
intentionally draw close to those people. You remember I gave what we call a conversation starters. Yes, the
Yes.
person doesn't, you also don't know the person, but how do you get close to the person? You need a conversation starter. Once you are in the same place, in the same room, at that point, I'm not sure when you walk up to the person and then you introduce yourself and you want to speak, the person is going to shun you away. Just by
Mm-hmm.
virtue of the fact that you are in the same event. You understand? I also spoke about the
Yes.
elevator speech. So once you introduce yourself to the person, in that 30 seconds, the person should know who you are.
Okay.
You understand? The person should have
Right.
clarity on who am I dealing with? Who is this person? What does this person do? What value will they bring or can they bring? You understand? It helps the other person to also know if indeed they want to be your mentor or your sponsor or anything. You understand? And then by way of conversation
Yes.
starter, you can ask them how they started this journey. You want to learn from their experience. Raj, are you
Okay.
following me?
Yes, please.
Exactly.
I'm following. Mm,
That's how you
mm.
start a conversation with them.
Okay. Okay. So I have this friend. She says she's an introvert. So whenever we go out somewhere, she's always at the background. She doesn't want to talk much and all that. But you could tell she wishes to also speak to other people. So how can we help our introvert friends, our introvert professionals who really want to network, but there is that mindset of I'm an introvert, I'm shy to speak. What if I am being ignored? So please, what do you have to say about the introvert
Our
personalities?
introvert friends. Raj, remember when I started this conversation, I said networking matters because I already gave a statistic that
Yes.
said 83% of opportunities come through our relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can't grow in isolation.
Right.
Yes, you cannot grow your influence in isolation. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, we understand that they are introverts. Introverts
Um,
also doesn't mean that you don't have to come out for what you want because until you come out for what you want, nobody knows what you want.
okay.
So what I would tell
Yes.
introverts or people who feel because I am an introvert and I feel network is not for me, yes, they should know where to be introverts and where to be outspoken because nobody is 100% introvert.
Mm, that's
Even
true.
the Bible says that
There's a bit of,
speak
yeah.
exactly, confess. Even God knows
Mm-hmm.
what you want, but God is asking you to
Yes.
ask. So even though I am an introvert, if I don't ask, nobody will know what I want. And they should also know that you cannot grow your influence in isolation. You need people to grow your influence. And also considering the fact that a lot of opportunities or 83% of opportunities come through relationships, then if you haven't built relationship, then it means that you are losing a lot. Because Iraja, honestly speaking, I
Mm,
can only recommend Iraja to someone when I have built a certain kind of relationship with Iraja. I know Iraja very well. I
yes.
know what Iraja
Yes.
can do. And then when somebody sends me a request saying, "Oh, I'm looking for someone to do this," and then it matches perfectly, I am not now going to advertise.
Right.
I am not now going to advertise. I'll
Okay.
just come straight into your DM or give you a call and say, "Oh, Iraja, I have this opportunity and I think I recommended you because I think you'll be a good fit for this project or this role or something." So imagine if you hadn't
Mm,
network, you are just in the background always thinking, me, I'm an introvert, me, I don't want people to say that I'm doing a share. And yes, sometimes you have to do a share.
it's necessary.
Yes, it's necessary. That is why that clarity is important. If you're not looking for
Mhm.
anything, then nobody cares. But if you are looking for something, then in the space that you find yourself, you have to free yourself and connect with one or two people who can help you grow
Mm,
in the areas you're expecting to grow.
right. Okay. Thank you so much for that. I hope our introvert friends get this catch and they will do better.
Please send them this memo. Send them the memo. Yes, we
I
like
want
the
to
fact that they are
be
introverts, but they should they should be sensitive of the spaces, okay, and see
yes, on
where
what exactly
they
you
need,
mean.
yes, where they need to come out
Mhm.
and where they want to be quiet. Not in a
Okay.
professional setting where Industry leaders are there, people who can give you business, people who can give you
Mm.
employment. You can't keep quiet.
Yes,
You can't
yes,
keep
that's
quiet.
that's very true.
That's strike a conversation with someone. And I've already given some
Mm-hmm.
starters. You can also Google and have more and see what kind of conversation you can start. There's definitely something, especially if the person is in your industry. There's definitely something that might strike a chord, okay? And then that looks
Mm.
like
Yes,
you both have something in common, and then you can thrive on that and then develop your relationship with a person,
yes.
okay?
Mm. That's true. Thank you so much. But personally, for me, I used to have this a bit of struggle when I take somebody's contact and you mentioned about follow up within 24 hours. So which one is the best? Are you supposed to send a message first to the person that you want to call, or you can just go straight ahead and call the person you wish to network with?
Okay. So it's always appropriate, you see, because you haven't built a certain kind of relationship with the person already, you are still at the foundational stage trying to build something with the person.
Mhm.
You don't just want to pick a
Okay.
phone and call the person because you don't know where they might be or what
Mhm.
they might be doing. But you see, for people that
Right.
you've built certain kind of relationship, you sort of know their schedule a bit, what they might be doing. It's easy to call them. But for people that you're now starting out with them, it's appropriate that you send them a message.
Okay.
You remember the
Mm.
template I gave? You understand?
Yes.
It's appropriate
Yes.
that you first of all send them a message, thank them and say, "Oh, thank you very much for the insightful conversation yesterday. I enjoyed learning blah 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 blah, and I wish to stay connected."
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
and I wish to
Mhm.
stay connected.
Okay.
And if it's that is, we also spoke about curiosity. If you remember, curiosity also means that
Yes.
because you are interested in the person, you are always following their social media handles to see what they are doing.
Mhm.
You're always following
Mhm.
them to see what they're doing. Once they are doing something that you feel you can contribute, you can quickly send them a message and say, I see you are doing this project and I would want to be a volunteer or help you on this one.
This one. Okay. Okay.
You're building the professional network gradually. And once that
That's
person
great.
gradually brings you into that space, you are working together, is giving you projects, you are supporting the person, sees the value you are bringing, they are also pouring into you because maybe the person might be a senior person or industry connector, then you are also growing. And then they will become what
Okay.
to you, and then you can leverage on that. They can open doors onto you.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much. This is so insightful. And I also want to find out, you know, somebody who is just graduating from school, because you mentioned the types of people that we can connect with, which is we have the mentors, we have the sponsors, and then we have the peer connectors or industry
Right,
connectors. So, and you
right.
also spoke about value. Somebody might say, I'm just completing school. What value do I need to offer such a person like Madam Nanama, who is already in a professional doing great things? So, can you give us at least about two or three practical ways that you can give value as somebody you want him or her to be your sponsor or your mentor?
Right, good question, Raja. And then I will
Thank
start
you.
from the curiosity part again. If you are
Okay.
curious, you already know what the person is doing. So, for instance, for
Okay.
me, for someone who is curious about me, will know that I have a student community that I mentor.
Okay.
So, if you want to find your way into my network, the easiest way to say, "Oh, Madam Nanama, I see you have an accelerate coaching that has a student community that you are mentoring. Maybe I'm a graphic designer and I want to help you develop or do your flyers for your event."
Mm,
Do you think the person will say no? People will
I'm
always
not
say that
sure.
they are, but there's always something that you can bring. There's some value that you can bring. And for instance, let me also mention that in the same example, you can also say, "Oh, how do you organize the students to attend the program? Maybe I would want to be your mentorship coordinator and help to to maybe do the announcement, do this well ahead of the program." It is value.
Mm,
What that means that you are bringing the person time to do something. You don't need a lot of skills to
Yes.
do this. You don't. So
Okay.
people,
Okay.
I have been there before. People always see I mean, senior professionals or senior leaders as, what at all can I offer this person? There's something you can always offer. There's something you can always offer. Recently, I recruited a national service person in my department, and this person was like, it's so eager to learn from me. That's if you're everywhere you're going to speak, me, I'll come along, I'll come with you. If I have to hold your bag, I will hold your bag and follow you. Have you seen it?
That's
It looks,
nice.
yeah, it looks like something that
It means
it
the
looks
person is willing to
very
learn from
trivial.
you.
Yes,
Yes.
it sounds trivial and little, but little by little, the person will build trust with you. Okay, and because they are also with you a lot of the time, you're also going to be pouring in them in a way. You would see ways that they are doing things that will not help their networking, will not help
Right.
people to find valuable that you can correct. Do you understand? So if you are fresh out of school, don't say I don't have anything.
Right.
I don't have anything to offer. Be curious about what the person is doing. First of all, know the places
Yes.
that you think you have strength. Are they organizing something that you can be a volunteer? Can you help them organize something? Is there something they do that you can help? Is there, like the examples I've given you? I see you run a student mentorship community, and then on a
Okay.
monthly
Yes.
basis, I post. Maybe I know how to use Canva to design artworks. Can I help you with your flyers? Can I help you coordinate the people? Can I be someone who announces the program and do the marketing so that we ensure that it is patronized? There's something that you can always do. Or if you are not
You can
sure, you can
always do.
bank
Yes.
and
Okay.
say, I see you do this. I'm here to help. What can I do to help you? You understand? And if the person has something that you
Right.
can genuinely,
Right.
the person would call you in.
Yes.
So, for instance, a couple of weeks ago, I was supposed to host a program, and then had taken me out of Accra, and then I
Okay.
was on working, and then I was supposed to host a program online, and then I was just thinking to myself how I was going to host the program whilst I'm on the field, and I had already sent out flyers and everything, so I didn't want to cancel.
Okay.
And Raja,
Mm.
guess what? One of my HR fraternity from LinkedIn just reached out to me that day and that morning and called me and said, "Oh Nana, what's up with you? How are you doing? I want to help you. What can I help you with?" Just like that.
Wow. Wow.
What can I help?
That's amazing.
What can I help you with? And that month, she was the one who hosted the event because I was out on the field,
Wow.
and I thought it was so
Mm.
thoughtful of her.
That's awesome.
Yes, for the person just to reach out to me,
Yes.
oh, maybe that's my senior colleague. I see she does this. Just reach out to me and say, oh, what can I do to help? And then that month, she hosted the
Mm.
event, and the community
Wow.
loved the graduation. Yes, hosted the event. So there's always some value you can bring.
You can bring to the table. This is
Exactly.
great. This is amazing, madam. Yes. Oh, our time is almost up, but I
Okay, the
hope
time was
that
short to Iraja. Did you take some of the
um
time? Did you take some of my time away?
I, I,
The time,
the
time
time is
is over.
almost how we have. Yes. So before we end the whole thing, can you please give us one or two takeaways, something that we will take away and would always remember before we finally end the show?
Yes, Iraja. Let me leave our listeners with this. We've spoken about the people that you need to bring in your network, or the people you need to have to make sure you are doing this correctly and you're networking purposefully. So I want to give them an activity. Activity one is mapping their current network. Okay.
Yeah.
One is
Yes.
mapping their client network. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I want them to at
Yes.
least list the top 5 people in their network that they can rely on.
Okay.
Top 5 people in their
Okay.
network that they can rely on. And then out of that network, they should see who is missing. Is it a mentor? Is it a
Yes.
sponsor? Is it a connector? See who is missing from that 5. And then
Right.
fill the gap.
Okay.
You see,
Okay.
where it needs attention, please make sure you're filling the gap. That is one. We want to make sure that
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier that we are going to be living with tools that we can help us network purposefully. Okay. So
Okay.
activity one is mapping your network. Do your top 5,
Okay.
see who is missing and see who you need in the network. And then if you don't already have your 30-second story or the elevator pitch, please do
Mm-hmm.
that. Have one for a purposeful
Okay.
network. Immediately you meet someone that you genuinely care about and want to network with, the person should know who you are, what you do, what value you bring. Senior leaders don't have time.
Yeah.
So you need to craft your
Yes.
elevator pitch. You can be rehearsing with someone, let the
Mm.
person give you feedback. If I'm the one hearing this, will I give you a chance, my friend? Go and do some good work. Okay. So after you've done that, you should
Exactly. Yes.
read it out to somebody to see if it makes sense. Okay. And then maybe we should also have some
Yes.
intentional actions for the
Okay.
next 7 days as our activity 3. Okay. Some
Right.
intentional actions for the next 7 days.
Activity.
So
Yes.
reach out to dormant
Mm.
network. Try and see if you can revive that network. Okay. Reach out to
Right.
one person that has been dormant in your
Okay.
network. And then if there's, even if it's not an industry event, and it's an event that you feel will help you, at least attend one
Mm.
event before the year ends.
Okay. Mm.
Okay. And then
Wow.
find an industry leader that you admire this week and make
Mm.
sure you are constantly commenting on their posts. Hold their attention.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. One industry leader. And
Yes.
always comment on their posts. If you haven't joined any
And
professional
their food.
network, like the Sadat HR community, and then if you're experienced and you can be a mentor, the Sadat HR mentor
Mm-hmm.
program, please join a professional community.
Mm.
Join a
Mm.
professional community. So if you
Amazing. This
haven't
is
joined the Sadat
yeah.
professional network, please do. If you're an experienced person like myself and you can mentor somebody, there's a mentors um Sadat mentorship group that you can also join and mentor the
Cool.
young
Yeah.
ones. Please
Yeah.
join. Do you know I'm a Sadat mentor?
Right.
Please join.
Okay.
Join. So that is the
Okay.
last words that I'll leave
Okay.
with our listeners. You
Okay.
are join.
Thank you so much. This is so much of an insightful conversation that we've had with you. Thank you for pouring out your wisdom, your time, and everything. We are grateful. Personally, what I am taking away is the network value group that you mentioned, which is identify your the person you want to network with, know who you need to be in your network, and then give value, knowledge, and support. And then you said the nurture the relationship. A lot of us just take the business cards and that's it. We just go and put it under some pillow somewhere and that's it. So we should nurture the relationship. This is what I've really picked for myself. And you said we should leverage with, like, that is building trust, and then we should also be consistent. Thank you so much. I believe anyone and every person who joined today's conversation have really learned a lot, and there is still room. Madam Nanama is on LinkedIn. You can always reach out to her for any questions that you couldn't ask in here because of time and due to network issues that we had. And I'm sure she would gladly be of help to you. But please don't do it strategically. The Nanama doesn't speak.
Tell
She
them
doesn't speak
strategically.
strategically. Don't rush into a DM and say, Madam, I heard you. No, 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 no. You've learned something now, so you know how to go about it. Thank you so much, Madam. So on behalf of our audience, I want to thank our guest, Madam Nanama, for sharing such a practical wisdom. And we also thank you all for joining us. We don't know where you are, but we are grateful that you joined. Thank you all so much. Until next time, we say that keep showing up with purpose, keep adding value, and keep building bridges that move you closer to your vision. Thank you all so much and see you next time. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.